Yeah.
My homie was telling me like, yeah, like you going through these injuries because you can miss some leg days. Like we gotta
So
communicate leg days.
you're kind of like the complete opposite of me, bro. I I
For real.
I love working out. I fucking hate leg days, and I hate running. Whenever I have to do cardio, I either go play basketball or I box a little bit. But I probably
See, you box. That's
yeah,
hard. That's hard.
I'm not gonna say I box because then that kind of is like, oh yeah, I'm good. I just fucking hit a back so I can so I can get some cardio. But yeah, running itself, it's like uh, unless I catch like a mean stride, it's like it's crazy to me. Like
It could be,
yeah.
yeah, it could be a lot. It could be a lot. Like I said, it's everybody that say they try to run, always tell me like it's a love and hate, man. You gotta really like, you gotta it takes a while for you to enjoy it. They have this thing called runner's high.
I've heard of that and I've experienced it too. It's literally like one of the best things ever, bro.
Yo, you get me?
Yeah, you just switch it over to your laptop or your computer.
Yeah, this is my laptop now. All right, cool.
Fire.
Hold on, let me hello?
Yo,
You hear me?
yeah, you good?
Play?
No, there's no delay. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Fire, fire.
Alright, cool. Yo, your content really dope as hell. I'm not gonna lie. That video caught my eye for a second. I'm like, oh, you know what you're doing. Like, great hook, great story, great little sales pitch you did at the end. I was like, okay, that's smooth. That's smooth. Like, only 1,000 followers. I'm like, yeah, my G definitely got some experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm special. It comes from literally fucking hours of research um, on how to target people. Like, let me not generalize on how to target those of us that would need the help. Like, actually doing this. Like, so my I can go into so much detail about this, but I actually really appreciate the compliment because I do so much research. It's ungodly. It's ungodly.
What's some people I mean, obviously, I'm sure you want maybe Alex Ramosi, I'm guessing.
I
You know
love
Alex
Alex
Ramosi?
Ramosi. I love Alex Ramosi. I actually bought his book, right? That just came out.
The 100 Money Model?
Yeah, it's on the way here. Super excited for that. What's it called?
That's dope.
Those are really kind of the only people I really listen to. Because it's like, I listen to people that inspire me. That's my big thing. I like being inspired. If somebody can move me emotionally, right, and help me think in a different way or encourage me to like do something that I didn't want to do before, like those are the type of people that that I like to follow, right? Or I like to keep tracking because I like being moved by people. That's why we're humans for a reason. We're not supposed to like be behind the screen all the time. We're supposed to be moved by each other. That's the point of the fucking internet, bro. It's to be able to move more people. But it's already going on a little tangent. What about you, bro?
Yeah, definitely people like Umar Kasi and Alex Ramosi. If I had to go deeper, you've ever heard somebody named Andy Frisella?
I have not heard of Andy Frisella, bro. Let me look that
The
up.
greatest businessman I've ever watched, ever encountered. Just his story in the business game. I think he's been in the business for about 35 years, something like that. And just a trial and tribulation that he's gone through with business. And I just love the way his leadership is in his company, in his business, and the way he persuades people. And he just always finds a solution for people. And just the way he carries himself, and like how he's like real raw and authentic too. Very blunt, straight to the point.
Yeah.
And, that is somebody that I first fell into this space as far as like the internet and online business, online money. And he was definitely somebody that
I don't know.
Andy Frisella.
Okay, good.
I swear to God, he's like another version of Alex Ramosi, but on steroids. like to a whole like if you really like kind of find yourself attracting those people that are just real and blunt.
Yeah.
Real authentic, no sugarcoat,
Don't-
no being around
don't-
the bush. Like,
Don't hype him up too much because Alex Ramosi is already cracked. Like he's already up there. All right.
He is.
But yeah,
He definitely is.
I'm definitely gonna look. I like learning about you because that's the thing about me. I love aggregating data. because data, no matter where it comes from, it's just a reference point. You might not use that data immediately, but maybe you're in a situation later on where you have this little creative advantage from maybe some dumbass shit you fucking learned about 2 years ago, and then now you can make that connection. So that's why I just love aggregating data. I just love collecting data, love learning about new things, love learning about new mentalities, love learning about new people. So definitely for to check him out.
Yeah,
Now,
that's definitely what makes the conversation more easier too.
yeah. Now, as far as what you're trying to achieve, talk to me a little bit about where you're at right now and what you're trying to get to, man. Where you? Let's start off with where you're at.
So currently, right now, well, let me give you a little bit of background. I think I gave you a little earlier, but like I said, I've been in content creating for about like 3 years or so, on and off of different platforms. And really, my end objective was to obviously grow a personal brand and monetize it. And on the process of me growing my platform, specifically Instagram, I'm starting to realize that obviously you don't get paid off of just like views or whatever. Like, Instagram is really just like a business. You have to have an offer, you have to have leads, you have to generate leads, and it's just simple supply and demand. So based off your audience, you have to pay attention to what your audience want, and also what your audience cater to as far as what your content is giving. So as I was climbing up the ladder, I'm starting to realize, okay, I have to provide some type of service or provide some type of product because I'm not having this major audience. So me and my brother and I, his name is Heon. Actually, I ended up growing his page from like 0K followers. So he's currently at 16.4. And I haven't hit that goal in maybe like 97 days, like a little over 3 months. And so I've figured out like a method to grow people's pages on short form content. So I found an idea, like, okay, cool. How about I create a course to help others grow their content page, short form content? And that's one way that I figure out you can make money online. I think it's like 4 avenues. You have coaching, consulting, agencies, you have partnership deals, and I think UGC, I believe. I think those are the 4 pillars of making content. I'm making money online as far as like Instagram. So I've been dibble dabble with each pillars. Partnership deals, I have a couple. Like I said, 6 to 7. I'm currently talking to one right now, getting the 7th one. I've had UGC. I've tried on outfit for other brands. Get paid from there. I even have a personal clothing brand myself with 2 of my brothers. So that's another form of like a product online. And digital product would be the course or the free challenge that I built on my platform that I'm currently working on right now. And then coaching and consulting would be part of the course as well, consulting people, because I'm really, my audience are kind of catered to me, like from mentality wise, how to go through life, coaching mentality, how to get disciplined, how to be consistent. They also ask me like relationship advice. They look at me like a love doctor. I don't know how. Maybe some of the quotes I'm posting, they think I'm some guy that was hurt before. Well, obviously we all go through that, so they kind of look at me for advice in terms of relationship as well, and how to be happy and things of that nature. So I've been trying to pay attention to my audience and see what they want, so I can pick up on that and offer that. And then, like I said, that's something that I've just started realizing now. But before, I'm like, okay, I just start making money. Let's make a shirt. Let's drop a course and see what happens. I haven't dropped a course yet. I've already been spent about maybe a month and a half since I started building it. But we're doing a lot of touch-ups, a lot more updates. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. And I'm just always inspired by like so many people that just have this like luxury lifestyle, living in Miami penthouse, coaching people with fitness and stuff like that, and just having high ticket sales. And that's how I kind of ran into you, because like I've been like shifting my algorithms, learning how to sell on people when I started doing these one-on-one mentorships, one-on-one coaching and stuff like that. So I'm really like intrigued into and really inspired by those people that do those sales and high ticket calls, like coaches like Andy Priscilla, Alex Ramosi, Iman Ghazi, like those things you need, those having proper funnels, having proper email copywriting, flows, landing pages, those things I'm really getting into right now. And it's more of like it's more of like containing so much information that sometimes you kind of procrastinate and like not actually do it. Sometimes it can be like overwhelming with so much information. You're like, oh shit, like I have a lot to do. I know it's possible. I have a lot to do. So I guess you say the issue is not necessarily information needed, because the information is on YouTube. Like there's so much free information out here, but it's more of having the time to really jot down and figure out the steps to take. So I've always been taking the steps. I've definitely made it a lot farther than I expected I could go, and Yeah, I'm utilizing the opportunity that I have right now to even fucking choke on that shit.
Okay. Before we move forward, there's two things that we're gonna do right now. Number one, I need to better understand what you mean by partnerships. What are your partnerships? What does that look like?
Okay, so my partnership is so I have okay, for example, right, one partnership that I have is a brand called Snap Out. They have an app, and two of my partnerships have apps. It's a partnership that has an app for Snap Out, basically help people with porn addiction. And so I basically just promote that app with any have creators freedom. So I promote that app in any such a format that I want to and show from content. And I just mention people to download the app, and I get a commission, like 30-40% commission for everybody that downloads that app and make a purchase. The same with this other app called Chase Goals. So it's kind of like catered to, I can say, my niche. And so those two apps, and the other four are clothing partnership deals that I have with Vogue. No, not Vogue. Vane. Vane is like a fitness shirt. The Merca on us account, Merca, which is like get on social media for the brand as well. And then I have one, was it some like food? I haven't really tried it yet, but it's some like food company that ship out healthy food for other people, other products. I have one that's a vitamin. It's called Fungies. That is Funky Vitamin. Well, I have some right now. This is Funky's Vitamin brand. Basically help with focus, like vitamins or whatever. And I have this, like I said, the second one that I'm currently in conversation with is non-alcoholic beverage company from Tom Holland, Spider-Man. You know Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
Yeah, I fucking love Spider-Man, bro. Don't ask me. Bro, come on, that's literally my favorite superhero, bro. Don't ask me if I know. I love Spider-Man, boy. I love Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man and then Batman. It's like they're like completely opposites. It's like,
Okay, but so okay, I would say I don't even think you can compare the two. I think they're definitely in their own categories. But when I was little, Spider-Man was, but as I grew up, bro, I ain't really fucking Spider-Man. I think he just got a little soft. I feel like a lot of characters got soft. Like for example, Hulk got majorly soft as fuck.
yeah, Marvel did. Wait, no. Let's correct. Hulk didn't get soft. Marvel fucked up Hulk, or Disney fucked up Hulk. Hulk is nice, but Disney fucked up Hulk. Yeah.
Marvel definitely made him soft. But so he has a non-alcoholic beverage that he's promoting in the UK. He's British. I think he's British or something. And I think they have a location down in the United States, but they haven't made it yet. So they're shipping the item here. It's been like a little issues to get the ship item here. I have to tell a friend from Denver to ship it to there and then bring it to me. So it's been taking a little while to get here, but it'll get done Saturday. So that's my latest new partnership deal that I've got. So those are the 6 partnerships that I have currently. And each of them I get paid a commission every monthly. So that's what I mean when I say partnership deals.
So it's like an affiliate network, right? So
it's like an affiliate. Yeah, it's like an affiliate. Yeah.
How much are you making per month from all of those put together?
All of those put together, this is very recent because I just started getting these partnerships crazy in the past month and a half. So altogether, I would probably say without this new one, about 400 a month maybe. Like nothing crazy, like something super like this. These are brand new partnerships that I've just started getting. Like I said, it's only been maybe a month and a half or 2 months that I've partnership deals.
Okay.
So
now I'm just going to reiterate what I've understood so far. That way I can make sure that I'm not missing any information. Is that fair? So you've been doing content for 3 years, right? You wanted to start a personal brand. Then you realize that followers does not equal money, right? So using the skills that you develop building your personal brand, right? You figured out that you kind of have your own method for growing online accounts, and you even proved that by growing your brother's account to 16K in how many days was it again?
About 97 days, a little over 3 months.
Okay. Now, right? Quick question: is that your main source of income? From like online stuff.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like I said, I have a clothing brand as well.
Okay.
But it's split between the 3 of my brothers, so that would be considered my main source of income. But the affiliate things would be considered my second.
Are you heavily promoting your clothing brand through your socials?
Not heavily, but it's there. So we have another account, an Instagram account that we use our code event for, and it's ran between the three of us. It's two of my other brothers, my roommates, and they're like more at the head of it. I'm more of like the guy that kind of just promotes and helps shoot ads, commercials, stuff like that. So since I have such a big following, but yeah, yeah.
Okay, two questions. One, why aren't you promoting your brand like super heavily?
I'm sorry. Say that again. Kind of cut off.
First question, why aren't you promoting your clothing brand super heavily? That seems like an opportunity to just make a fuck ton of money right there.
It is. I mean, I was doing it initially a lot, but the clothing brand itself kind of goes against what I do. So the clothing brand is called Get Off Social Media, and I'm on this platform like every day, 24/7. So it's like a lot of people like back when I was like, promoting it heavily, a lot of people were like, "Aren't you like contradicting yourself or whatever?" Doesn't that kind of goes against the line of what you're preaching? People would think I was like a hypocrite or foul, whatever. So like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just keep it here. I promote it every now and then. People want it, but it's not like something that majorly is my concern. My major concern is obviously building up this course and making a lot more funds from there, helping people grow their page and short form content.
Okay, and then second question from that is how much are you making from the clothing brand per month?
I have no clue. I let my two brothers handle the money in there. I think last time I checked, we had maybe 19,000 in there, and we just started that clothing brand about 3-4 months ago. And so we don't touch the money. We let it sit. We reinvest it. So that's money that we just don't touch.
Okay.
But if we would split it right now, if we would have split it right now, I'd probably be at 6, 5, 6K
Okay.
split even between the three of us. So yeah, that's just money that we don't touch.
Okay. So that's a new piece of this is why I like asking questions because now I have a new piece of information, right? Another monetary source for you is your clothing brand, right? But instead of heavily promoting it, you kind of have it on the back burner, and you want to move away from there because there's a misalignment from the brand that you're trying to build and the brand that clothing brand represents.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, okay, I kind of have a little bit of a picture here. You mentioned that you're creating a course right now. Can you talk to me about the course that you're making right now, please?
Yeah. So the course, it really aligns with people that wants to grow their personal brand and get monetized. So I have about the school program.
Yeah.
Alex Emotion School program. So that's how I use it. So I have about 5 modules on there, and each modules are pertaining a specific audience on where they're leveled at in their personal brand. So I have like from modules 1 to 3, it's more about mentality wise and small creators who just get started, where to go, where to start from. And from module 3, 4, and 5 are more advanced creators who've already started their brand and want to scale, get to another level, work on the volume, things of that nature. And then from there on, I teach people how to see outreach, partnership deals, and things of that nature. So that's the point where I'm at in my course. And I've already finished my course. Right now, I'm implementing my brother to add his fair share inside the course as well because he's built 16,000 followers, and his platform is more shaped towards a faith-based community. So he found himself being involved in like a very, very heavily associated brand from this young audience that might still be in high school, 16 to 18 year old, but they have like a huge community. I mean, their followers like 200K, 300K, for like way more followers than I do. But their community, he realized that the people that join that community, the audience, the religious kids that join the community, they're in there. About half of them wants to get paid and wants to grow their audience as well on their personal brand on Instagram. But that's something that they don't offer in that community. It's more of like religious, pray, have Bible study, things of that nature. So he realized that okay, this is an opportunity to take that audience and drive and like build a tunnel, build a funnel toward that audience and bring them towards this course and coexist and combine each other. Okay, I know you guys want money in this faith community. How about you guys come over here? This is my brother here. He'll show you how to grow and monetize your page, and we're kind of like coexist. So he's adding his pitch inside the course as well. He's currently working on it right now as you speak. that's where we at right now. So I've already built like a wait list for early people. I'm getting ready to drop that soon. So early people that joined the wait list have an advance from people that haven't joined. I'm kind of using them as like a testimonial as well. So when I officially drop the course, people can see the progress that other people are making inside the course, build some results for people to join the course and see the progress that they make.
Last question before we dig into here a little bit. How much are you planning on charging for the school community?
So this is something that I've been having a conversation with as well. I understand that you have to build some type of testimony for people to join. So right now I'm doing low ticket. I'm trying to debate if I want to do $27 a month or $50 a month. Either or, it's going to be like a free trial. The people that join the wait list have a free trial, like a week or two, just to see how they like it. And then after that, it's just completely $27 a month or $49 a month. And then, yeah, I upsell or scale. That's when you start getting. I have different offers, different packages for people that obviously charge. It's $27 a month. You get one call from me only. After that, it's simple. We're gonna run through the course. We have live events. You can join webinars, things of that nature. If you go up like $99 a month, you get access to one-on-one mentorship every week. You start booking calls with me, things of that nature, and then you go on and that. You get my personal phone number. Kind of hold your hands through the whole process. And we even help you with your own videos and your own content creating, do AI automation, and have your own set up your own funnels, copywriting, landing pages, stuff like that. So it's different packages, but the first offer, low ticket offer, we didn't want to figure out if I want to do $27 a month or if I should just make it free. Because obviously we have to offer something free first or something low ticket for people to join in, make it seem like they get some free value or enough value to where they can obviously want to charge or offer to make a purchase for bigger tickets.
Okay. Do I have permission to deconstruct the situation and give you some practical advice here?
Yeah.
First thing, right? When we're thinking about sales, right? We have the most important thing for making money from your online audience is front-facing messaging and the messaging on the back end being completely aligned. Do you get what I mean by that?
Nah, say elaborate, front facing.
So I'll use myself for example. Why are we on this call? You have 50,000. I'm gonna tell you my situation. I started posting on Instagram seriously 3 days ago. Tell me why within 3 days, not only have I been able to attract you and get you on this call, but I have other people like you asking to hop on calls for me. Why was I able to do that in 3 days? It's because my front end messaging is perfectly aligned with the type of person that would buy the product that I'm trying to promote, right? So that's why it's so important, because if there's a misalignment, right, the customer journey becomes interrupted. You don't want any unnecessary interruptions within the customer journey. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, right, is I've looked at your page, and you also told me that your brother's page is a faith-based page, right? Number one, digging into that, your brother has a faith-based page, right? But you're gonna try to funnel it into a product about making money from Instagram. There's a misalignment in messaging, because the things he's talking about, the people that he's attracting to his Instagram page, the audience is building, is not the one that's going to pay you the most for the product that you're building in the back end. I'm not saying that some people won't go through, but if you really want to be able to charge $5,000-$10,000 per ticket, right? The front end messaging and the back end messaging needs to be aligned. So, for let me share my screen.
Okay, so I understand front end messaging. The back end messaging would be what example?
So it just comes to type of offer you're running, the copywriting, right, the positioning that you're trying, and kind of like the sales process, right? Depending on the audience that you're attracting from the front end, that allows you to dictate how aggressive you can be in sales. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say you're a creator and your page is about knitting, right? Do you think the type of person that is interested enough about knitting would convert to somebody that has super aggressive sales tactics in the back end? No, they would not. But now let's say you're a realtor and you're attracting realtors onto your page, right? Let's say you're doing that, right? Do you think that somebody who's interested in becoming a realtor is going to positively respond to aggressive sales tactics in the back end? So depending on the type of audience that you're attracting, right? It dictates everything else in the back end. If there's a misalignment, you're fucked because you're not gonna make any money, right? So with your brother, right? I would actually advise against funneling him down into the same community. I would suggest having him create his own community with a sub niche of faith-based individuals that want to also start an online platform. A great person that does this at a high level, right? Which screen is this? Sure. Let me show you this guy. Creotopia. If this would load. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Screen share?
Yeah.
No, I can't. It's okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay. So, and this is why I say I love aggregating data because I can use I have so many reference points I can use here, right? Creotopia by I forgot this person's name, but this is literally a faith-based community specializing in creating content, and his front-end messaging perfectly aligns with his back-end product. Get what I mean?
I'm trying to read. Okay, grow your viral personal brand with authentic short content.
And he fucking crushes it. I think he's making like 30 grand a month off of this off of this community alone. But that's only possible because his front end messaging perfectly aligns with the product in the back end. So that's the first thing we need to target is we have to make sure that front end messaging is aligned with your back end. So with that in mind, let's look at your Instagram page. Who are you attracting?
Like I said, based off of my results of what I've seen, I'm attracting people that are needing to find an alignment with their mentality wise, and like I said, relationships as well. When I ask questions on polls on Instagram stories, I'm getting a lot of questions about relationships, dating advice, and I'm getting questions about how to be disciplined, how to be consistent, have a gym routine, how to get back in shape, working out. So those are the type of audience that I'm starting to realize that I attract as well.
Like personal improvement, right?
Personal development.
Okay. Now,
I'm starting to attract lately.
If we know that we're attracting people that are interested in personal development and personal improvement, right? What's the probability that they're going to convert on a back-end product that's about building a personal brand? Exactly, right? So we have two options here. We can either change the back-end product or we can change the front-end messaging and attract new people. But what we can't do is have this mismatch because you're going to fucking waste your time. And then you're not going to make any money. And then all the work that you're putting into a low-ticket product will be wasted. So that's the first thing you need to decide. Decide whether you want to change the back-end product or change the front-end product, which is unfortunate because you've already put in a lot of work on both. It's just, unfortunately, there's a misalignment. I'm not saying that if you launch, you're not going to make money.
No, of course. Like I said, it's high ticket. It's the one that's really
And that brings me into my second point, which is really starts off with a question. Why are we starting with a low ticket community?
To build, like I said, to build testimonials.
So, this is a common, um, how do I phrase this? Misalignment of execution, right? And the reason why I choose this word because it's not that you have the right intentions, but how you're executing it is wrong. Let me explain. When you're creating an offer stack, when you are trying to build an ecosystem that makes you a fuck ton of money, right? You do not start with a low ticket community unless you know exactly what the fuck you're doing. You want to know why? Because the big bad monster in low ticket communities is churn. Do you know what churn is?
I said, no, what is that?
Churn is people canceling their membership. It is incredibly fucking hard to keep people on a subscription-based service for an extended period of time unless you know exactly what the fuck they want. When you are entering a market, when you've never served a specific ICP, which is it's just a customer profile. So when you've never served a specific customer avatar, right? It's you don't know what they want. You don't know what they want. So starting off with a low ticket community is a very bad idea. There's a nuance here. The nuance is that if you make the low ticket community free and you use it as a mechanism for pretty much nourishing a lead and then showing them what your offer, right? All free, and then use that to convert them into high ticket, that's a great way to use it when you don't know what they want yet. And that's because you don't have to worry about churn because you're not trying to make money from this anyways, right? But whenever you're entering a new market, whenever you're trying to serve a new ICP, right? What you want to do is you want to start from the top down, and this covers a lot of points for you, right? Number one, when you start from the top, you start with your most fucking expensive thing, which is going to be the high ticket offer. And you want to know why? It's because it attracts the highest quality people. These are the people that are going to complain the least. These are the people that are going to be willing to stick out with you more. These are going to be your best testimonial. You start off with a high ticket first. And another thing that it does for you is that you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time building a course that you don't even know that if people will find valuable or not. That's the hidden cost of starting a low ticket community first when you've never served a specific customer base, right? If you do that, you risk making a product when you don't have tested ideas. You don't know their pain points. You don't know what solutions that don't work in one person but work over a wide range of people. You don't have enough data points to be able to make a low ticket community good enough for people to not fucking cancel. So you use the high ticket community, the high ticket offer. You charge people, which is going to make you more money than your low ticket community is anyways, right? And what you do is as you continue to serve these people on the high ticket offer, as you continue to serve your highest quality leads, you're going to collect a data set. You're going to collect multiple reference points of things that you know that consistently across all your high ticket offers, right? These are what these people deal with, right? And sometimes there are situational problems where it's just this specific person is dealing with that, but sometimes you're going to find problems that cascade against the cohort. As in, everybody in your high ticket offer has a high probability of suffering from that pain point. And what you do is when you find those and you make that recognition pattern, you funnel it down, and then you make a mid-ticket offer with all of that data point, right? Because now with a mid-ticket offer, this is more like one-to-many coaching, like group coaching and stuff like that instead of one-on-one, right? which still lets you charge more than the low ticket community, right? But you're able to reach a wider customer base because you're just at a cheaper price point, right? But since you have all the data from the high ticket community, right, you can properly help out these people because you know what the underlying issues that the wide majority of your ICP is suffering for. And then what's going to happen is you're going to learn how to get really fucking good at solving those problems for your mid-ticket offer, right? Then what's going to happen, more problems going to start to emerge, right? That this larger cohort of people are suffering from. And then with that data, then you take all the aggregate data of all the typical pain points and the typical mishaps of your ICP. Then you funnel that down, and then you create your low ticket product. And the reason why you do this is because by that time, you have so much aggregated data. You've served this customer base so many fucking times. You solved this customer base problem so many fucking times that you have a very high probability of creating a product that they will feel stupid for canceling. Because that's the big bad thing about a low ticket community. Churn. It will fuck you because you're going to put in all that work, right? Right? People are going to join, they make a bunch of money the first month, and then people are going to leave. And then you're going to not make any money.
Okay, so in this situation I'm hearing, it's more about being efficient with your input and output.
Yes.
So you're saying you don't want me to sit here and put all this effort into the course and not necessarily knowing what my audience want for me to build this course. So start off scratch. It's kind of like you're jumping in the pool, you're not knowing how to swim. But when you're in there, you're working. You're just gonna figure it out because your back is on the wall. So if you can learn how to swim, then make sure you're in the best circumstance to dive. So start off with high ticket. I guess you say I'm using high ticket to learn my audience and grow with them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you don't need to learn the skill that you're teaching them. You're already the fucking expert.
Yeah.
You just need to learn how to help these people. That's the problem. Whenever you're starting to serve a new customer base, you don't know how to help these people. So why would you start a community trying to help thousands of them at once? It doesn't make any sense. Learn how to help one person first. Then learn how to help 5 people at once first. And then you worry about learning how to help 100 people at once. But you always start with one because it allows you to be so efficient. Because this is just a game of efficiency. This is how businesses go out of this is how businesses lose. It's one, they're inefficient, and 2, they don't know how to collect money really fast, right? Starting with high ticket lets you be extremely efficient, right? And it lets you collect money really fast.
Yeah, that's fast. That's something that I noticed too. That's how I was able to grow inside the content game really fast in like a year. And when I was creating content for 3 years, I'm like, okay, I need to somehow find a way I can make this super efficient where I'm not putting so much energy up front to where on the back end, I'm exhausted to create content. I don't feel like creating content XYZ. So I feel like, well, okay, cool. Doing short form content, each post would be a lot more easier for me. I'm gonna use throughout the day, take a couple hours, things of that nature. So yeah, efficiency definitely plays a big role, and that's how I feel like I scale my brand to the point I'm at right now. And that's I mentioned inside my course too, and how efficiency is so important. Scheduling your routine, having a schedule, having a routine, doing things that work at a low cost. So it's something that I'm definitely doing for me. Like basically applying that same method with I guess you say coaching on minds, being efficient, figuring out what works for that, what don't works, and then applying a lot more volume once it does work.
Yeah.
Which will come with the low ticket, like mid to low ticket. So you're saying, okay, start with high ticket offers first.
Yeah, whenever you're serving a new customer base, the only time you should use a low ticket first is for customer ascension, as in you're getting there for them to have a taste of more of your more refined data, right? So they can get accustomed to you, right? But the ultimate goal is to not collect money from your low ticket community, and it's just to use them as an ascension point into your high ticket.
And okay, like a stepping stone.
Yeah, but because you don't want to worry about churn, you would want to make it free. Unless you want to worry about churn, I don't know. Like I'd rather just say, hey, here's all.
What is churn again?
People canceling, right? It's a percentage of okay. Let's say 10 people join your community in a month, right? But then 5 people cancel. Churn is 50%.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did you hear that?
Okay. No, I didn't hear. Say it again.
Okay, so I said churn is just a percentage of the people that cancel on your low ticket community, right? So let's say that 10 people join at the start of the month, right? And then 5 cancel. Churn is 50%.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest
And in the
downfall of low
process
ticket
of
communities.
me defunneling to mid to low tickets, I'm taking the pain points of high ticket offers and scaling it down to mid ticket offers. Why would I? So when you say pain point, is it pain points that I'm having struggles to solve for them? Well, no, that actually wouldn't make sense. It would be pain points that I exceedingly do well for them to where I bring it down to mid ticket level.
It's pain points that you see consistent across multiple people. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Let's say everybody has nuance, right? Everybody's an individual. We are all like different, right? So because we are all different, we've experienced different things in life. Because we've experienced different things in life, right? How we react to different things is going to be different, right? Which also includes data, right? So when multiple people join your program, right, based on all the experience that they've had, right, the information that you're going to give them is going to be tailored specifically to that person because since they have so many different experiences, right, and since they follow different paths, they're going to have different fucking problems that they need solved, right? But sometimes you'll notice that, hey, my past 5 students have all suffered from, to use as an example for the niche that you're trying to get into, right? My past 5 students for high ticket all suffer from not being able to have the correct tone in their content. So now we know that this is a problem that cascades across people, as in multiple people suffer from the same thing. So we know that since we have a small data set, right, if multiple people are suffering from the same thing, the probability of that continuing down as we extend the cohort is very fucking high. Right? To use math, right? Let's say you serve 10 high ticket clients. 5 of them suffer from the same thing. And then you serve 100 mid ticket clients, right? Because 50% of my high ticket clients suffer from the same thing, I know that there's a high probability, and it might not be exactly 50% for mid ticket, but there's a high probability that a lot of these people suffer from that thing too, simply because it made a large percentage of the problems that my original cohort faced. So I know that needs to be a core thing that I solve for these people, because since I have that information, I know that there's a high probability that somebody suffers from it.
Okay.
It goes back to how we got on this call anyways. Remember, I only started posting on Instagram 3 days ago. Yet I've been able to be hyper specific on the pain points that you're suffering from. Look at my stories, right? On my story, there's a start here where it tells you, I know that you want to make money. Next thing, I want to help you. Then I handle the immediate objection about my page. I don't have any testimonials. So I just tell them, hey, I don't have any testimonials. I also don't have a whole bunch of screenshots to prove that I know what I'm talking about. So what I tell them, I don't have any screenshots to show you either. And I tell them where my value really is. Information. I know what I'm fucking talking about. And then I funnel all my information. I just don't talk about random shit. If you look at my 4 story or my 4 highlights, it's 4 pain points that I know that everybody in my niche suffers from. Customer acquisition, customer conversion, getting more money out of the customers, their mindset. Every single problem that anybody ever in my niche is ever going to have is going to fall into these 4 buckets. So when somebody looks at my page, they know that I'm speaking specifically to them because I understand their pain points. That's why I'll even show you, right? I don't know. Fuck, how do I share this shit, bro? Like, this is not fake, right? This guy right here just followed me, saying he likes my style. What is a creator? Can you see my screen?
Not yet, not yet. I think it's still loading up. Okay, all right. Here we go. This is the guy.
Yeah. So, what is a creator with 1.9 million followers doing following me? I'm a nobody. And when he follows me, oh my God, it's not loading. The first message he sends me is, "I like your style." It's because I'm speaking to his pain points. Let's go over here. Can I open up my request on my I don't know how to open up my request here.
I'm not too sure.
Request, here we go. Let's look at this. So here, while we've been on call, this guy's asking me for help. This guy's asking me for help. This is my friend that I just help him because that's my homie. He asked me for help. He asked me for help. He asked me for help. All within 3 days of me posting. And it's not like I have a big account. I'm a nobody. I have 1,200 followers. But why are all these people hitting me up asking for my help? Because I'm speaking directly to their pain points, because I understand them. It's not about fucking followers. Nobody cares how many followers you have. Everybody is selfish to some degree. They only care about you in relation to how much they think you can help them. So when somebody looks at my page and I'm clearly communicating to them that, hey, I'm going to help you with the things that you suffer from most. That's how you get that. That's how you get this. It's very purposeful. It's not by accident. That's why it's so important to start with high tickets first, so you can figure out what these pain points are, so you can better communicate to your audience. It's all about aggregating data.
And then in the position that I'm in right now, since we're in 2 different positions, your audience will be more clean, like tailored out. Like your audience is more filtered. I would say my audience is more unfiltered because I have different categories of audiences, right? To where, yeah, I can still get some sales, but it's not specifically directed to my person, which is you. Even though you have a low following, you have consistently specific audience that's tailored to your content and tailored to what you offer. Versus me, it's kind of scattered everywhere. So, yeah, like I said before, you're not saying that I can't get any money of it, but it won't be the money that I want, the consistent output that I'm expecting from my audience.
Why? And I'm kind of forcing you to just think.
Of course. Like
No,
you
no.
said,
But I'm gonna force you to think like on a deeper level here, just a little bit. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? Because you have a lot of followers.
why would I be able to?
Why wouldn't you be able to make a fuck ton of money when you have multiple different customer avatars in your follower base?
Why wouldn't I be able to make a fuck ton of money because I have different avatars in my customer base? Because I'm not getting specific. It's for one, it's too
Fuck
many.
yes!
It's
Yes!
too many offers on the table. Like it's like if somebody walk in the room and they say they hungry, they want an apple, right? They see fucking bananas, pears, oranges, grapes, all in one seat. Like, okay, I just want a fucking apple, bro. Versus they walk in another room, they see hundreds of apples. Like, you know what? Not even is it just hundreds, not even just an apple, but he got hundreds of apples, which is like other people want. Because people are like bees, you know, they see other people wanting this product, so they're gonna join the line as well. You So that's the best way I can put that analogy. Is basically a fruit basket of fruits. And like, bro, I just want a fucking apple. Why do you have bananas, pears, oranges, and shit like that?
That's you hit it right on the fucking dot. Right on the dot. And more specifically, it's the pain points. It's hard to target pain points across multiple ICPs.
When you say ICP, what?
It is something I forgot what the I stand for. My brain is spazzing right now. It's customer avatar or customer profile. It's ideal customer profile. There you go. Ideal customer profile, or you can say dream avatar. It doesn't matter.
Dream avatar?
Yeah, they mean the same thing. So ICP is your ideal customer profile. So it's who you want to target.
Okay.
So we have. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's funny because this is some shit that like be on the back of my brain the whole time, right? Like I've heard these things multiple times. Like this that I follow, I'm sure you follow the same people. Like I'm sure you know. I think I see John Mark on the top of your phone. Where like I've been
John Mark
these
Stevenson.
cats for a long.
John Mark Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah, that man. He's smart. He's only like 21, 22. But I love the fact that he's like super aggressive and energetic. Because that's what the young audience thrive off of. And that's what I pieced. Like I've seen. That's something I'm talking about in my course too. Like your tonality. Like when you're speaking to your audience, you're trying to speak to a certain group of people. Your tonality is really going to carry the video, right? If you speak to someone that's really trying to make it in life, they have this energy, this frequency that's going to hit them at a high level. You speak to them in the camera with aggressive tone, and that's something that John Burke really dominates. And he may not do it now anymore, but specifically in his YouTube videos when he was growing up, like I watch YouTube videos all the time.
His aggression talks.
Yeah, the aggressive talks, the aggressive car talks. I'm like, he's on to something, but it's a wave for the past like 5 years that I've noticed. What I think it's coming from. I'm sure you probably know a guy named Andrew Tate. Like I feel like that's one of his like pillars of growing his audience is really like not giving a fuck and aggressive talk. Because I mean, before him, it was a bunch of pussy shit, talking stuff, whatever. But no one but he took it to a different level.
Yeah.
And now like people are kind of like following him. Like you see like a lot of young cats trying to be like.
You can always sniff when they're faking it, though. You can always tell when they're faking it.
Yeah. Like, it's always it's like when you see it, but it doesn't matter because it gets like bad attention is good attention.
Yeah.
Right. It gets the tracking. It gets the followers. People don't give a fuck. They're like, okay. They see the comments like people they don't fuck with tonality, but when he's speaking, it's real. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just like I'm just noticing some of the things you're saying is definitely what I've heard. You definitely took it to a different level that I've not necessarily seen it like dove me deep inside the tunnel. Like I knew it was light there, but you like it's like there's a little bit of brightness, brought me closer to the light. I would say. Before I knew it was light there, but I've never really dug deep to it. Like okay, like I need to really pay attention of like why I do high ticket sales and not low ticket sales. Like I've been in that constant battle between low and high ticket sales. Like I don't know, low ticket sales should be testimonials. Like I'm hearing from different people from YouTube and stuff like that. A little information I'm hearing from here and there, but you're probably the first person I've talked to about like okay, no, high ticket needs to be the first thing.
It's because of when you're dealing with social media, a lot of people care about their views, right? So they tell you what to do, but they don't give you the nuance. That's what's missing. That's why I want my big thing to be. I don't fucking care about views. I want to give you nuance. I want you to have actionable steps that you can fucking watch a 60-second video, and go apply it immediately. Make a fuck ton of money. Or if you have more time to spend, go watch my YouTube video, right? And I'll go more in depth about these specific topics so that you have a deeper understanding of these things. It's about nuance. And people don't fuck because they're just chasing all these views and they're not giving out nuance. But that creates an opportunity for me to step in and then kind of pick up where they're leaving off.
Yeah, that comes in. So I would say, like, based off my page, what lane do you think I should go? Like, I know you said, front end and back end, like my front end and back end are mixed up. What do you think I should more focus on? More focus on my back end or my front end? Like, should I change my whole entire page to like, okay, cool. Now, I don't know, mentality driven on, or now I'm only taking to the relationship on, or change the back end, like, okay, change my course up a little bit. Let's only get specifically down to mentality wise, or so stuff like that.
That's an answer I can't answer for you. It's up to you. That's the beautiful thing here. We're able to craft our own realities, right? The reason why I choose to serve the customer avatar I choose to serve is because I fucking love sales and marketing and social media. I fucking love that shit. Like I'm a fucking dork. Like I sit here and I study social media pages every single day. Sit here and I study marketing every single day. Sit here and I study sales every single day. I love this shit. And I also like making a fuck ton of money. So I want to work for people. I want to help people that also like the same things that I like. So it's all depending on you. Number one, we need to make a choice on: are we going to change your front end alignment, or are we going to change the back end product? That's the first thing we need to make a decision on. That's a decision for you. But either way, it's going to suck because, like I said, you put in work on both. There's just a misalignment, so that needs to change.
It's funny, okay. Yeah, because like I said, the only reason why I got into the game was to make a fuck ton of money. And like I said, my conception of social media was different. Coming in the game thinking like you just get paid off of views, or actually TikTok does that, but not Instagram. But Instagram, I'm seeing like you have to actually have an offer, like what you're doing. Like you have to actually have an offer and have an audience that you can make revenue off of, recurring revenue. So now it's like it's really just all about money. Like I just want to make money. I don't care where it is, but obviously that plays a role because now you're more passionate. What you do, like it's more easy. You wake up and look. Content is something that I wake up and I definitely enjoy. The fact that you just create a video and you can see it, like you said, mentioned earlier before, you just touch someone's hearts just off a simple message or a simple 6-second video. Just change their perspective when they go outside and have an impact on other people's lives. So content is something that I definitely enjoy. The whole editing of it, sitting there, jotting out ideas, seeing angles, different camera angles, and go out and shoot the film. So that's something I definitely enjoy. So now I just have to figure out how I can, I guess you say, shift the direction. The back end, I don't mind changing. The back end, I definitely don't mind changing.
Here's an exercise I like to do whenever I get into situations where I don't know what I want to change from front end or to back end. Right, I start with the end in mind. What is your end goal? Right, what would you want to sell high ticket? Let's start there.
What would I want to sell high ticket?
Yeah, because it's about you. It's about what you want.
Okay, so lately I've been really wanting to sell high ticket like fitness, like physical fitness, right? And so my fitness journey, I've been working out for about like 2-3 years, and I did a like dramatic transformation about in 2023 to 2024. I was like 185 in 2024 summertime. I was like 163, like shred, right? And then over time, I started putting a little more on muscle. So my body fat percentage right now is like 15%. And I understand that if I want to do high ticket sales, I have to have a really good physique, right? I have to be the best, like not like a bodybuilder, but recently 6-pack abs and a good muscle foundation build. So I want to get to about like 12% before I start offering, fitness, like a physical high ticket sales niche. So that's something that I've been like kind of catered to lately. And I don't know if it's because I'm starting to realize that they're just making a shit ton of fucking money out of it, or if it's just like I love working out. Like I run, and it's just a lifestyle too. Like you said, running is its own category. Not a lot of people really into this. Like you have to be a different type of person to really be into running as much as I do. Like literally run like 5-6 miles a day. Like,
Yeah, you're fucking tripping, bro.
It has to be. It takes a different mania to get to that point, right? But there's an audience for this. It's huge. I don't know if you've ever heard of Fonzion, like Gymshark people, or
I live in Austin.
oh shit.
I think that guy. I think he blew up in Austin. He is actually opening up a gym over here.
Austin, Texas. He has a run club called Raw Dogs.
Yeah. You don't live in Austin. You don't hear about that guy.
You said what?
You don't live in Austin and not hear about him.
Exactly. So like I got inspired by them. That's honestly the other reason why like my whole physique kind of changed. Was before I was trying to lose weight, but I was struggling to lose weight. I didn't know how. And then, obviously I was in like a bad breakup, so that kind of helped me like not eat every day, just fucking run. Like literally I was running like 10 miles a day, bro. It was crazy. And that's how I got straight as fuck. I managed to drop like 30 pounds in like a couple months. I was just fucking running, doing calisthenics, stuff like that. So, but I enjoyed the lifestyle, just eating healthy, being outside, drinking, running with the bros, running with the girls, having run club, stuff like that. And I want to get that lifestyle back again, right? So that's what I'm working on right now. Like, okay, now I'm kind of been focused on the gym, trying to add some weight so I get like 20 pounds or whatever. And now I'm coming back down. I'm like 14% body fat. So my best shape, my life is I was like 9% body fat. So I'm getting there. In that process, I need to mentally be prepared to advocate that in front of my audience. You know, like, hey, you know, we're in shape, we live in this specific lifestyle that we want, the running club, this type of lifestyle, eat healthy, enjoy outside, whatever. So that type of lifestyle, I was actually raised by Fonzie Young and my dogs. So that's something that I would feel like I would enjoy at ease. You know, I have like a passion with being on the phone while I'm mentorship, building a hot ticket sales, building a hot ticket course that allows to thrive in that without having to be like, wake up like, feel like, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I wouldn't necessarily feel that same way with what I'm doing right now, like these little like quotes and stuff like that, but I don't have a thriving passion for it, you know? I have a thriving passion when it comes to like that fitness lifestyle, eating healthy, running a lot, you know, there's a world for that. As you can see already, like Fonzie and the kids already good with it. The fact that I'm black, bro, there's no fucking black kid, I'm sorry, there's no fucking black kid.
I like that you said, because everybody that's doing what I'm doing, right? I hate to fucking say it, but they're all white.
They're all fucking white, bro. It's funny you say that shit, because like, bro,
I try not to. I try not to bring race. I try not to do it.
nah, bro, but it's a gift and a curse at the same time, because it allows us, when we get up there with a black sheep, or our position whenever we take them down, you know. Obviously it'll be a lot harder to come in the ladder, but our position whenever we take them. And you know, I'm proud to say, like, bro, I got like my roommates, like my dog, my homies, really good in school, and like their mentality is on a whole other level. This is one guy I know. His name is Nate. He's my roommate. He's like 6'3", fucking jacked. Like when I say jacked, like fuck, like 205 jacked straight, right? And I always tell him, like, bro, if I just took my 50K following and put it on you, bro, I swear to God, he would have hot ticket sales like this, right? But he's more of a guy like he don't really care about the camera, like being in front of the camera. He's more of like the tech behind the scenes. So he's the guy that's running our campaign with our clothing brand. And like he's into like the whole like running ads. And
he's a media buyer. He's a media buyer.
A media buyer?
Yeah, that's a technical term for somebody that runs ad campaigns.
Oh, okay, yeah, like he's real tech. Like he graduated like software engineering and shit. He's home, like he's really techy. But like he has that lifestyle of like jacked, techie internet guy wearing glasses and shit, 6'3", whatever. But he's black though, and like you know, it's funny because he brought it up the other day. He was like, yeah, like being in the space, I'm realizing like all these people that's doing like hot ticket sales stuff or whatever, and like learning like AI animation, AI engineering prompt and stuff like that. He's into that shit, and he's like, bro, all of them are white. Bro, he's like, there's no black dude, fucking not some black dude from the hood of Atlanta, Glenwood, over here, County Road, doing this shit. Like nobody's, you know, they're totally different from our competitors and shit. So we're like, yeah, that allows us to have an advantage, but disadvantage at the same time.
Yeah.
All about perspective, how you see it. So yeah, so the fact that I'm a black guy wanting to be in that whitish niche, I feel like it's an advantage for me. I've already built like low-key following. I just have to like transition myself into that place, you know.
Do you see the story that you're crafting here?
Yeah.
Isn't it fucking beautiful, bro? Like, be honest.
It is, right? It is.
You see what happens when you start with the end? Now that we know where you want to end up, and we know the story behind why you want to end up there, how about instead of waiting till we're at 10%, you tell your fucking audience your story, bro, and you take them on that journey with you, and you talk about their pain points, and you talk about how it's very isolating for you to have interest in all these things, and you're from Glenwood, Atlanta, but you're surrounded, nobody around you is interested in the same things, and the only people that actually like what you like are white, and it's not like you're trying to bring up race. It's just like it's something that I noticed, and you don't like that. So you want to be the inspiration for people like you that want to do the same things. You want to show them that Not only white people do this. Do you see the story that we can craft here? Do you see how deeply you can connect with people here? Do you see how you can talk exactly to their pain points?
Yeah, help them feel like they're not an outsider. 100%.
And that's what you're going to be fucking selling. You're not going to be selling no fucking fitness. You're going to be telling people the ability to fit in. That's where the real money's made. Because anybody can sell fitness. The difference between the people that make money and make fuck you money is they understand that they're not selling fucking fitness or any other mechanism. Everything boils down to a very specific emotion. And if we want to get even deeper, they all lead to insecurity. And if you can speak to somebody's insecurity and show them that you feel it and you're managing it and you're in the same space as you are, that's when you create like such a magnetic fucking relationship with your audience. And then you can charge them whatever the fuck you want. That's the recipe. That's the cheat code. So, because we know that you eventually want to sell high-ticket products relating to the fitness niche, right? We now know what your front-end messaging needs to be. You need to start attracting people that would buy that. That's why we start with the end in mind. Because what happens is people start with the front, and then they have trouble thinking of the back-end product. Once again, I hate to speak to myself as an example so much, but before I made my first Instagram post, once again, 3 days ago, I built out my offer stack. I knew the problems I wanted to help people with. I knew what I wanted to offer them. And because I already knew where I wanted my endpoint to be, it was very easy to just find the people. So now we know where your endpoint needs to be. You need to change your front-end messaging to attract those people. And I think a very effective fucking way to do that would be to tell your story, speak about your insecurities, speak about how isolated you feel, and take them on the transformation journey right now with you, instead of waiting until you're already fucking at 10%. Because people love superheroes, not because they're all powerful, it's because all of them start off with some type of disadvantage. Superman's, what's it called? Planet got blown up. Batman's parents got killed. Spider-Man's uncle got killed. Every single superhero that you fucking know, starting off from a very disadvantaged situation. And we grow to love these heroes because we watch them along their fucking journey. And we experience the emotion that they experience. And then we feel good for them and we start to root for them once they finally start to get that success. After we've seen them go through shit. And then once they finally rise to the top, once they finally beat the villain, that's when they become fucking heroes. Imagine if superhero movies started. Imagine if you seen Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if Endgame started with Thanos being killed. How much would we care about fucking Iron Man sacrificing himself? We probably wouldn't fucking give a shit. But because we saw Tony Stark start off as that ignorant fucking billionaire in a cave, and we watched his journey along the fucking path, and we watched all his difficulties, and we experienced his pain points, and we saw his wins, and we saw his losses. And when he makes that final sacrifice, ends his life for the betterment of the whole entire world, it's a full story moment. Because that endpoint, where we end off is that complete endpoint of selflessness, is the opposite of the starting point of absolute selfishness. That's the hero's journey. So why would you skip that? You get what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's basically
Thank you.
Great elaboration. And I'm assuming I would express that just based not just off of my Instagram stories, but actually posting reels, getting real personal with my audience.
It's you have a larger audience than me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just admit that you probably know more about becoming viral than I do. There's like a 90% chance that you do. I don't fucking know how to go viral, right? Um, it's not about what you do, it's about the underlying message behind it. So it's not about posting stories, it's about what's the purpose of the story. It's not about making reels, it's about what's the purpose of the reel. You know what I mean? So you have to be purposeful. So it's hard for me to say, oh, you have to do this, because I hate cookie cutter shit. That's what these people try to fucking do. They give everybody cookie cutter shit, and then nobody gets fucking genuine help, and nobody fucking grows. Right? It's not about doing. It's about why it needs to be done. Now, again, I'll show you how much I fucking planned for this shit. Let me share my screen again, because Instagram, or not Instagram, let's go to Pantheon acquisitions. Short form editing, no. Where is this document? Let's see if this is the one. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay, yeah.
You can see it?
Yeah, acquisitions, Pantheon acquisitions.
Yep. So when I started, the first thing I did was first of all, I calculated my aggregate cost. So total 273.86. So to run my business effectively as of this moment, it cost me $273.86 per month. I need to know that because now I know how much risk I can take. Next thing I did is I did a complete competitor sweep. I figured out every single person that is targeting the same ICP and offering the same solution. After that, what I did is I started analyzing what their customer journey looks like. How are they funneling down their customers? How are they attracting buyers to their page? And when we open this up, is it going to also fucking share this? It did not. Is it sharing this new page?
It's not opening, no.
Okay. Present something else. Oh, brother. Wait,
Still not showing?
I think I just fixed it for myself. Presenting window. Yeah, we're here.
It's good?
Yep. So. Looking at just the top of their funnel, right? I listed out all the Instagram accounts, right? And I put asterisks, which are kind of like grades, right? If you don't have an asterisk, I notice you, but you're not doing well enough for me to put asterisks or whatever this is. This little star sign at the end. Can you see that?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It just means that somebody is doing well enough for me to keep tabs on. So these are everybody that I need to know of in my niche that's targeting the same ICP with the same solution, right? And I keep track of like who should I be paying attention to, right? And depending on how many of these little stars you have at the end, dictates how much attention I pay to you, right? Then I started the process of looking at their outliers. So these are videos that I notice perform 5 to 10 times better than the other videos on their short form platforms, right? And when I'm analyzing their outliers, I ask myself very specific questions, right? So awareness level. What awareness level is this piece of content targeting? For this piece of content specifically, it's unaware. Audience doesn't know what info selling is. This reveals the info selling as the reason why these creators are making so much money, right? Format. Talking head with Mario. Pay attention to format. Hook. I write the exact hook. Keywords. I'm not talking about like what's it called for SEO, because that's what a lot of people think. That's what SEO. That's what keywords are. For me, I have a different definition for keywords. Keywords to me are words or strings of words that induce emotion within the audience, and I want to keep track of that because I need to know what these people are saying to have an emotional reaction from my ICP, from the type of person I want to target. Make sense? And then I jot it down in a heat map, and I just sit here and I think, okay, what do I think are the words that are going to have are hot, warmer, and warm? Obviously, who's going to have most, medium, and kind of an emotional or induce emotion within my audience, right? Because I want to keep track of these keywords or strings of words, right? And I do that. But I don't fucking stop there. Then, when it's time for me to start creating content, I move here. What I do is I make a swipe, right? So I copy and paste their exact script for the outlier video. And what I do is I change their body, right, into something that suits me, right? Then I literally copy their hook. But I don't stop there. Then I make 2 more hooks that are using the same keywords. So I can think and I can try to figure out what strings of words would work better. And then I run a test. I'm like a fucking scientist. When I tell you I sit here all day, I'm a literal fucking dork. I don't move from this chair, right? And I run tests. And what I do is for every one video I make, I actually make 3 versions of it. And I post all 3 on trial reels. Because it's a split test. Because I'm trying to see which hook is better. Over time, I'm going to continuously refine my messaging. Over time, I'm only going to get better and better and better at targeting people exactly in the same position as you are right now. This is the scientific method that I take to where I'm able to, like, within 3 days of starting like posting on Instagram, I'm already able to attract the exact type of person I want to attract. This shit gets deep.
I see, this shit do get deep.
This shit gets deep, bro.
It's like levels to this shit.
Yes, there is quite indeed levels to this. There is. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
That was crazy. Okay, that's a good presentation.
I be trying to tell people like, hey, I'm literally a fucking dork. Like I literally sit here all day and I just study marketing. I just study sales, and I just study content. I don't care about anything else. Of course, I fucking work out. I have a really nice body too, but yeah, that's all I fucking do. And that's why, because a lot of people like want to join this space, but they don't have a fucking passion for it. My big thing is when I talk to people, I want them to know how much I fucking love this shit. Like I get excited. It brings joy out of me. Like I wake up at fucking 3, 4 a.m. by accident. I set my alarm for 8 a.m. I wake up at 3 or 4. I will show you the DMs of me reaching out to people at 4 a.m. so you know I'm not fucking lying. Like,
I believe you, bro. I believe you, dog.
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But do you have any questions for me at this point?
That's fucking trying to kind of gather my thoughts real quick. Excuse the delay for taking a little while.
No, it's okay. That's something I need to learn how to do because sometimes I just start fucking rambling. So I haven't I think really fast, but I haven't learned how to fucking control my thoughts and then like slow down and then like think about what I'm saying first, which gets me in trouble a lot. So
I would say that would be on steroids for me because I be stuttering a lot, bro. It's
yeah,
ridiculous. And when I'm shooting content, I have to shoot extra hours because I stutter so much. It's ridiculous. But
yeah.
that template, is that like you have like a template of that of what you just created?
Yeah.
That format, is there where I can get access to that format? Because now what I'm looking at is basically that I just need to go deeper inside my ideas.
Talking about this right here.
Yeah, that presentation that you had.
I'll copy and paste this section right here. So
Because basically what I'm about to do now is just like change my whole entire like format of how I've been studying this shit. Because all I do is like watch YouTube videos or whatever, but I've never taken it to like another level where like you have literally
yeah. Like I said, this is the nuance, right? I don't know how to fucking go viral. I don't know how to make a video that's gonna give me 1 million views. But I can't say I know how to make a video that's going to talk exactly to who I want to fucking talk to. Which is so much more valuable to me. Because I don't really give a shit about going viral. I just want to make a fuck ton of money and help other people make even more money than I'm making. That's my only goal. Right? So this is a far more effective skill for me than going viral. I couldn't. If you came here and asked, like, hey Lionel, I want 1 million views. Sorry, bro. I don't fucking know how to do that. But if you came here and told me, hey, I want to specifically target this audience, I'm like, all right, cool. I know how to fucking do that. You're not gonna get a lot of views, but you'll be speaking exactly to your target audience.
at this point, like I said, I'm all in this for the money at first. I've never really cared about going viral either, but I thought going viral you get paid. So I had to figure out how to go viral. And from there I realized, okay, this is the wrong platform. Because you don't have the viewership.
There is some nuance here that I want to make sure that I don't miss. But being viral is ultimately really fucking important because of magnitudes, right? What I mean by that is, let's say you have an audience size of 10,000 people, right? It's a very small audience, and this just almost practically means that you're being very targeted. So let's say you're able. Let me pull out my calculator because I'm not about to do this fucking math in my head. 10,000 people times, and you're able to convert 30% of those 10,000 people, right? So out of that, your audience size of 10,000 people, you have 3,000 potential customers, right? It means you have 3,000 potential customers. Let's say you have an audience size of 100,000 people. Now, because your audience is more diluted, you only have 10%, right? So only 10% of your audience is now interested in your product. 10% of 100,000 is 10,000. Right? Let's say you have an audience size of 1 million people. And because you have 1 million people in your audience size, you have a super diluted pool of potential buyers. So only 1% of your buyers will want to buy your stuff. 1% is a bad example. I just kind of made myself look dumb. Because that's 10%. But it's really going to be like 2%. But let's just focus on the 10,000 to 100,000, right? So 10,000 people, 30% are going to be interested. That's 3,000 people. 100,000 people, 10% are going to be interested in your product, right? That's 10,000 people. Who would you rather be? Person with 3,000 potential leads or 10,000 potential leads? Exactly. So going viral does have an advantage, right? But it's going viral in the right way, right? I don't want to go viral for just random shit. I want to go viral speaking to my exact customer base.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the long-term goal here. But before I teach myself how to go viral speaking to one specific customer base, I need to know what words resonate to these people anyways. I need to know how to induce emotion. I need to know how to make them interested in what the fuck I have to offer. What's the point of going viral if I can't fucking do that? That's step one. But yep.
And I've definitely heard that before. It was John Mark kind of mentioned it as well about obviously stop speaking directly to your audience, especially on your story. Not to really care about your story views and stuff like that necessarily, because like my story views, I'm average like 4 or 5 thousand. I used to average 4 or 5 thousand before I started playing that man in my story views, right? And then once I heard what John Mark was saying, I was like, okay, now I'm about to just start posting my story a lot more and get more personal. I'm trying to understand my audience. I'll do question polls, I do motivational stuff, and like my story will literally go from like 1 to 2 posts a day to like fucking like 5 to 8, like a bunch of shit. And then you kind of start to filter out the people who's just here just to be here, versus the people who are dedicated to what you do, like what your content is. Like you start to realize, like, okay, like I'm seeing, like I'm constantly remembering these profile pictures. They ask me the same questions over. They give me the same support in my messages, in my comment section, stuff like that. I'm like, these are my loyal audience that I would sell to. These would be considered the high ticket people because they're the ones that they're like, oh shit, like I really feel Yabez. Like this is, I love his page. I love what we have. If he just offers some shit, I'll be down to pay. I don't care what it is. Like I get DM messages and audio messages like this shit all the time.
You froze. You froze. You froze. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know if you can see me. Yo. Hey, hey, you froze for a little bit. I didn't know what you were saying.
What? So say though, it froze.
Yeah, you froze for a little bit.
But I said it kind of brought back to the example we spoke about earlier about how I would still, if I drop this course right now, I would still make some sales, and those some sales would be those specific audience that be watching my story no matter what I post, or engage in my comments no matter what I post, because they would be considered a loyal fan base. And I think the only advantage of that is the fact that I have 50,000 followers, so the fact that I can have a pool of a certain audience that I sell to, whereas if I didn't have like maybe 1,000, 2, 3, 4,000, not to like downplay you or whatever, but you're definitely at a way bigger advantage than I am right now. The fact that you already have the sales skill, knowing your needs, knowing what your audience caters to, it's like that's the only advantage that I have is 50K followers, where it's like 50K of like unfiltered followers. Like they're just everywhere. I have to filter out. So if I really filter out, probably only have like 1,000 loyal people, you know. But if you get those like 1,000 loyal people that have to be high ticket, then you're good to go. You know? So like you said, it's kind of an advantage of going viral and having a good following. It's just having a good following for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I would definitely say.
I would say next steps for you. What I would say, number one, really hone down your ICP. Like, get to know exactly who you want to target. Like, get super specific, right? Then start changing your front end messaging, right? Then start building the back end product. And that process shouldn't take forever, right? Like if you really know how to target people, the turnaround time is fucking crazy. It's fucking ridiculously crazy. It doesn't take long at all. Like I said, I start my first Instagram post was 3 days ago.
Yeah. So how long it took you to? Because obviously, I'm sure you already had a plan. Like, okay, cool. I'm going to take these extra steps I need to take. You know, watch these videos, get into the mentorship programs, study market excellence. How do you think it's a time frame that it took for you to get to that point? Like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to start creating an Instagram profile. I'm going to start posting. Maybe a couple weeks, a month or so. I'm just curious how for you, like how long it took you. I'm sure. Like,
okay, before I answer that question, I need to let you know that I've been trying to do this specific thing for about a month and a half now, right? Before I start talking about why I started doing Instagram, I need to show you what I used to do, okay? And the reason why we're going to go on this tangent is because it's going to help me like string everything together along just a little bit better. So let me know when you can see this.
like I
Yep. So do you know what you're looking at?
I think it's kind of blurry.
Is it clear now?
Pause the scrolling real quick. See if you okay, all right, yeah. When you stop scrolling, it clears up a little. Okay, so I see YouTube links, Airbnb. Oh, are you a realtor?
Nope.
It says AI.
So let me tell you what this is, right? So what you're looking at is a lead list for people that could potentially help out. What I used to do for a month and a half before I made the decision to switch is I would contact these people manually through DMs. And I had to find these people first, which is an excruciating, really painful process. It fucking sucks. We're gonna keep going. I got this starts to taper off when I started realizing hey, I need a better way for client acquisition, right? But guess how many people I closed through here?
It says 500.
It's really go ahead.
It's 500. It's 500 people.
There's really 700. I just don't want to keep scrolling.
700. Holy shit, bro. 700. You probably closed about three, half of that.
I closed 0.
0 out of 700.
Yeah.
And this is like cold DMs.
This is cold DMs. That's what I was doing for the past month and a half. And then I realized this is where people quit because people don't know how to fucking think for themselves, right? And what they start to think, people in that position will start to think, okay, this business model doesn't work. I need to quit and I need to change. I need to change business model. There's nothing wrong with the fucking business model. You just suck as a businessman. So I started to ask myself, okay, what's the bottleneck in my business? Client acquisition. And then as soon as I realized that, I was like, okay, is this market saturated? Most people will say, well, I'm not getting any responses. So yeah, the market is saturated. But really fucking sit there and think. Do you really think that people like you don't want help getting more money from the audience? Do people just stop wanting to get more money? Do you think that they don't want help getting money through the audience? There's no such thing as a saturated market. There are only saturated methods of client acquisition. Once I made that realization, I made the decision to switch. I made that realization on Saturday. I switched on Sunday. We're here on Thursday. That's the time frame from making the decision to change and starting to see results. What you don't see is 3 fucking years of sales experience, so I know what to look out for when I'm thinking about psychology. What you don't see is thousands of hours of research about specific marketing principles. What you don't see is me nerding out over fucking watching PewDiePie and fucking all my favorite YouTubers that made me just fucking fall in love with social media. That's what you don't see. So getting the result was really fucking fast once I made the decision. But the buildup of all the aggregate data so that I can get results that fast took a long fucking time. And sorry to answer your question in a long way, but sometimes I like to do that because it helps me drive a point home just a little bit deeper.
I love that method that you use. That's definitely something that I would, because like I said, sales is something that I need to get into because I'll be in front of people and it's how you close. So I'm just trying to pick off the way, speed and things of that nature. Something that I see a pattern as well when I'm watching sales calls on YouTube or whatever it is. And that's facts. I mean, a lot of people that made it in life kind of have. I realize business they kind of all have the same principles, what it takes to become a successful business. It's just it's just consistency, being curious, being curious of what the steps it takes to go further. Um, you know, not quitting at the breaking point when you feel like you need to quit, and just knowing when to just redirect, not necessarily stop, but just redirect. Knowing the industry that you're in, it takes years of this shit. Like you said, 3 years of selling experience that I've never seen. Right, and I correlate that with me. Like a lot of people in my messages, my comments, and I even get emails on this shit. They're like, bro, how do you make it? Like, bro, I just seen you blow up in 1 year. I'm like, bro, you didn't see the 2-3 years I failed on YouTube, I failed on TikTok, I failed on Twitter. Like motherfuckers, I was watching big YouTubers trying to. I'm literally watching like old videos of DDG, old videos of AMP, like old.
I missed the DDG is so beef, bro. I need that fucking toxic energy back in my life. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Man, bro, I don't know what the fuck going on. I think what's the name when he started that Haley and shit. It's just all that shit. I don't know. He got the demons on.
So's an old man now. He ain't got the energy for that shit anymore.
He ain't got anything for that shit. He's out of the game. But he come back whenever he wants. But he's out of the game. But
Yeah.
just being in that atmosphere where it's like you're so dedicated and passionate. People don't see that shit. And then right now we're just getting the fruits of our labor, right? And I just love the way that you kind of explain, use that as an example to close your point. And that's just something that I definitely appreciate. And I admire that for sure. I mean, it works. It works, bro. It definitely works. The years behind that we don't see. And that's something that I guess I'm sure you already know, but something that I'm picking up on that I need to drive to my audience as well. Like they don't know the 2-3 years of me before. They don't know, how fat of a slump I was, how lazy and inconsistent I was when I was trying to make content. I was stressed, not having a career, whatever the case may be, or like just being a whole different person I am today. I think that's something I need to drive down their throats. Like you said, superheroes. They're superheroes because they have a backstory that nobody really knew, and then they just showcase it in front of them, and that's how I become. Oh, this is a superhero. Because like at the end of the day, anybody could really do what we do. Anybody could really do what we do. It's just at the scale of what they do. Why they have that engine running at a certain horsepower. It's because of their story.
Yep. It's all about the story, bro.
Yeah, bro, he's smart. He's smart. I wish I could give you like some game in terms of going viral, but like you said, you don't even go fuck about it. Alright, bro. I'm so mad right now, gang. Like, you don't understand. I feel like you give me so much gem and shit. I'm like,
I couldn't give a shit about going viral.
I'm in this car. I'm thinking we're gonna go man to man. I'm like, I got my notes and shit. Like, of course, I'm like hooks, attention rates, retention, understanding analytics on Instagram and stuff like that, understanding the key points, stuff like that. But you just don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm like, damn, I don't know how to like.
That's like my big thing, right? Is I want to provide so much value to people and not ask for anything in return. And then when they decide that I'm the person that they want to help out, or they want to have help them, right? They have so much confidence in my ability to make true fucking transformations. Not this little shit that people fucking propose, but true fucking transformations. Completely change their mentality. Completely change their everything. That's when I make my ass. That's my big thing.
What you're doing is definitely a good story. Like, definitely, like, bro, you're in a perfect position, bro. Like, you build yourself to where, like, you have, like I said, like, I guess, I don't know what you consider to be the high ticket or not, like, as far as, like, the value of my page being 50K followers. Like, so you already have somebody 1.9 million followers. But that was just in 3 days. So I can imagine what pull that you can get if you keep shooting content to specific pain points audience. I'm sure like you could definitely, I'm sure you're gonna use me as a testimonial, but that's like that's the method though, right? That's what you need to like get to another point. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. Like,
you're right.
Because I mean, obviously like, we're kind of in the same realm in terms of like, I guess you say reaching a certain caliber of what we are in our certain niche. And understand, like, you need testimonials, you need improve, he upsells, things of that nature. So I guess what I'm trying to say is